Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going wonderful. I'm back again to share with you a card. We're using the Spellbinders BetterPress Letterpress System, and we're using a new item from the shop. It's part of the Spellbinders BetterPress Fall/Halloween collection. These two items are actually part of the collection. This is the Autumn Leaves. It's a press plate and a die set, so it'll create 4 beautiful fall leaves, and then you can cut them out. And this does leave a little bit of a border when you cut them out. So we will be using this on our card along with the Spellbinders notched quarter frames. This is a nesting die set, and we're going to use this just as a home to put one of our leaves on. I have my BetterPress here, and it is loved. You can tell I have some stains on here. I am going to start by taking the top of my platform. We're going to use porcelain cardstock today, and porcelain is the whitest of the 3 cotton cardstocks that Spellbinders offers. I thought we would go ahead and tape these down, and then we're going to grab one of the leaf dies. I was really liking this one here. I thought that one was really pretty, and since it's slanted a little bit, I'll have room for a sentiment. Now there's no sentiments in this press plate and die set, so I'm going to use the sentiment that came with our BetterPress system. I haven't used this yet, so I thought we would use You're My Favorite Person. And we'll put this on the card today too. So I'm going to go ahead and take out our sentiment. Okay, I have my press plate, and I'm going to put it in the corner. Since I'm going to be die cutting this out, I can save some of my cardstock for another panel. And I'm going to try something. Last time when I watercolored with my BetterPress, I lost some of that crisp debossed because of the water. Even though it was still beautiful, I want to see if I can re-stamp after I watercolor. So we're going to give that a try. We're going to ink up our press plate here with our black ink. And the nice thing about these press plates on the magnet form here means they are not going nowhere. I found the sentiment shift a little bit, but the larger press plates do not go anywhere, and you get a great impression. And the detail on here is so pretty. So I'll ink this up, and then I'll flip over the top plate. There's magnets on here, and it just snaps. I'm going to bring in my Platinum 6. And we're going to go ahead and run this through. This runs through so smoothly. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this close by because we're going to bring that back. And I'm going to go ahead and I don't know what it is about the BetterPress, but it's just the image. It instantly dries, and it's just stunning. My goodness, it's stunning. Now I'm going to leave this on here, and I'm going to leave this taped down on my platform. I'm going to use my Distress inks, and I'm going to color this in directly on my platform. That way I know it's not going to move. The inks that I'm going to be using are 3 different colors. I have Walnut Stain, Mustard Seed, and Fired Brick. I think these are some great fall colors. I want to zoom in. And I'm going to directly add some color to my glass mat with my Distress inks. Might add a little, well, I guess I don't think I'm going to need that much, but let's add a little bit more. Now I thought we would add a little extra sparkle. To do that, I am bringing in some sheer shimmer sparkle spray. Any kind of shimmer mist. This is like a silvery color, maybe like a platinum. But I'm going to shake this up really good. Get all that sparkle. And then I'm going to spray this. Now, I do want to mention, if you don't have a sparkle spray like this, you could use Ranger's, liquid pearls would work really good for this also. Okay, I have my paintbrush. This was the best of all of my paintbrushes, and it's not the greatest. So I'm gonna speed up the video, but I'm gonna take my time, and we're gonna color this in, and I'll play some music while I do this. And when I'm done coloring in my beautiful leaf, I will catch you back. Okay, I let it sit for a little bit of time so it's almost dry, and I noticed that I didn't do the stem. So that's where I'm going to bring in my zig marker, only because this is such a fine area. I knew my brush would not get to that. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so now I didn't move my paper and I didn't move my platform. So we are going to go ahead and go back in with our BetterPress black ink. And let's see if we can do this twice, if we can get a really nice impression. Okay, I'm going to flip it around. We'll let the magnets do its job. And then we'll run this through. I'll zoom back out here. Let's clear this off. We'll bring back our Platinum 6 and we will run this through. Okay, yes. And that impression, it really did, it deepened it, you can see here, which is really nice. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and die cut my leaves, and also one of my notched corner frames will fit on this panel beautifully. So we're going to go ahead and line these up. That is so pretty. I love the way this turned out. I think that's gorgeous. And that sparkle is really pretty too. Now I'm going to take this panel, and this is where my sentiment's going to come in. I know I want my leaf here, and I want to nest to my favorite person in this left corner. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to pick this up, hold it together, and then I'm going to layer it in this corner here. Okay, so now it is where I want it to be. I will take my platform, and we are going to go ahead and line it up in this corner, and it should be where I want it. Wonderful. Okay, let's add some ink to this carefully, because I don't want this to shift. So I'm just going to tap. And I think that looks good. We'll add our press plate, connect those magnets. Okay, let's take a look. Now I think I'm going to redo a redo because I see a little bit of extra ink on my M and then a little bit under person. So I'm going to redo this. I'm going to wipe this off. Okay, much better. That second time is a charm. I think maybe I patted it a little too much. For my background, we're just going to keep it simple and elegant. I'm going to use an A2 panel of Tuscan cardstock. This is Spellbinders Tuscan cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and I will emboss this, and this is going to go directly on my card base. And then I'm also going to take another one of my notched corner frames, and we're going to mat this one on some timber cardstock. So I'll run this through my die cut machine. So here's my background. We have those beautiful 3D embossed leaves, and I already adhered it to my card base. I'm going to mat my sentiment on my timber cardstock. I'll just use my tape runner for this. Now, I already removed the release paper, but before we add that, I think I'm going to bring in some of my DMC silver floss. And we are going to, since the card's pretty simple, I thought we would add some extra sparkle in the background. And I just created a little pile here, and I'm going to put it behind my leaves, making sure the ends stick to that foam tape. But I think that looks pretty. Really subtle. It doesn't obstruct my sentiment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to adhere this in the center. And then I'm going to also bring in some sequins. These are the Spellbinders Opalescent Peach Confetti. I think this is really pretty. Let's add a few of these. And that will finish my card today. Thank you so much for joining me. This is with the Spellbinders BetterPress Letterpress System. Today we used the Autumn Leaves press plate and die set. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. We will see you soon.